10 celebrities who used to take off their clothes for money. 1. Cameron Diaz appeared in softcore material at 19. This was in 1992. Diaz was working as a model at the time. The footage was a softcore S&M film. It was called She's No Angel. Diaz tried to block its release later. This attempt was unsuccessful. 2. Channing Tatum worked as a stripper in Tampa, Florida. He performed under the name Chan Crawford. This was in the late 1990s, when Tatum was just 18 years old. His experiences inspired the Magic Mike franchise. On good nights, he'd make $150. Bad nights could bring in as little as $50. 3. Brad Pitt was part of a dance group at the University of Missouri. The group was called Dancing Bears. They performed at sorority houses. These were birthday celebrations for female students. Pitt and his friends did choreographed routines. Sometimes they danced with pillowcases on their heads. The story came out years later. 4. Matt LeBlanc modeled for adult magazines. LeBlanc appeared in several provocative shoots. He was in his early 20s at the time. These were for magazines like Playgirl. LeBlanc also did TV commercials in minimal clothing. He appeared in a notorious Heinz ketchup ad. This work helped support him as a struggling actor. 5. Sylvester Stallone starred in a softcore film. Stallone was 24 years old. He was homeless in New York at the time. The film was called The Party at Kitty and Stud's. Stallone played the lead role of Stud. He was paid $200 for 2 days of work. This decision was born of desperation. Stallone needed money for food and rent. The film was later re-released as Italian Stallion. Stallone sees it as a low point in his life. 6. Cardi B started stripping at age 18 in New York City. She worked at New York Dolls. It's a gentleman's club in Manhattan. Cardi used the stage name Camilla. Stripping helped her escape poverty. Cardi danced until she was 23. 7. Lady Gaga worked as a go-go dancer in New York's Lower East Side. This was around 2005-2006. She performed at bars like St. Jerome's. The Slipper Room was another venue. Gaga did burlesque-style dancing. She also sang in these venues. She said dancing pays better than waitressing. 8. Chris Pratt attempted stripping while living in Hawaii. This was around 2000. Pratt was 19 and living in a van on the beach. Pratt performed at a few bachelor parties. He's admitted he wasn't a skilled dancer. Each appearance only earned him about $40. Pratt was discovered by a director shortly after. 9. Azealia Banks tried stripping briefly. This was right before her big break. Banks was 17 at the time. She worked at a club in Queens, New York. Her stint lasted only 2 weekends. Banks has said it wasn't her thing. She felt uncomfortable in the environment. 10. Mark Wahlberg began as a Calvin Klein underwear model. This was in the early 1990s. Wahlberg was known as Marky Mark then. He often performed shirtless with his music group. Wahlberg did provocative photo shoots. Wahlberg has since distanced himself from this image. He's become a respected actor and producer.